I made hollandaise this morning, cooked on the line, and Sergio showed up late. So Poppy still showed up. I want to congratulate my team. Very, very faithful. I love you both. Somebody that's doing some phenomenal stuff besides my crew making babies this morning is AJ Gilbert. AJ Gilbert caught my eye because there's not a lot of things in the culinary world. First of all, Luna Park caught my eye, which is a great place off of Valencia that you guys all know about, which is hopping, a great, great deal and a great, great food. But AJ is the president and co-founder of Chefsheet. Listen to me real quick. Chefsheet is not only for culinarians but beyond. And I want AJ to tell everybody about it because my good friend Robert Shapiro, a.k.a. Bob, a.k.a. Light Soda, is an investor. And he said, hey, Rye, check this out. There's not too many times where I get stunned and people catch my eye and I say, wow, okay, let's talk. AJ, let's talk.
Sure. Well, Chefsheet, Chefsheet.com is the first free website and app for chefs and restaurateurs to count and manage inventory.
Count and manage inventory because at the bottom line that comes down to, AJ, is if you can turn 10% a year, you're above margins.
Right.
That means top and bottom, everything. Imagine, you guys, if you built a place that did $1 million a year and you take home $100,000. Ugh. We bust our ass every single day to take down.
Low margin
and you got to understand the margins are actually lower than that. If you actually do an 8%, that's the highest margins. I know restaurants right now, myself, that are doing above that. I know restaurants are doing 18%. If you're doing 0.25%, then you are a gold mine, and I'll invest and I'll talk to you. So the thing about Chefsheet is it helps you itemize and break this down because you can cut corners every single way, right, AJ?
Exactly. Chefsheet is kind of a two-headed thing. It allows you to count, manage your inventory, and control the cost of the things that you're buying. It's very hard for chefs to know when the prices of things that they're buying have changed because they change all the time. You're buying into a commodity
seasonality,
market.
so
Everything.
on. There's vendors out there that are fighting with each other, right?
Yeah, and your vendor will be getting their strawberries from Chile, and they'll be paying one price. They switch to California. You don't pay the price that you paid yesterday. You pay the price that they shipped them to you that day. And it's very hard to keep track when you're buying something every day to see that price has changed.
So AJ, restaurateur himself, why does Chefsheet mean anything? Sheet, S-H-E-E-T, mean anything to me? Is it a culinary Excel sheet?
Well, I mean, that's where the name comes from. It's going to replace Excel,
yeah.
And for a lot of restaurants because you can use the mobile app to count directly into Chefsheet. So then you've counted your inventory. It's going to track all your prices for you. It's going to tell you if your strawberries have changed in price. It's going to tell you if tequila's gone up because the peso's gotten stronger.
Does
and all
this
those sorts
pop
of things.
up? Does this tell you? How do I know that?
All sorts of reports. But yes, actually, literally, when you're entering the price, it's going to give you a little arrow to show you that it's changed, and it'll show you a graph of the last time that it changed and how much. But then on every restaurant office computer is an Excel spreadsheet, unless they're using some other type of software, that has all the prices for the products that they've paid. So when you're using Chefsheet, you're contributing to the cloud knowledge of the app, and you can share prices with other chefs, with other restaurants in the system anonymously.
Wait. So you mean to tell me when I buy Driscoll strawberries that are organic from Watsonville, California, and I say that I got a whole case for $14.97 from SS Specialty or Cook's,
right?
And I compute that into my computer, whoever's on Chefsheet sees what I pay for strawberries?
Yeah, they won't see that it's from Ryan Scott, but they will see that it's from Cook's or the produce vendor that you're using.
Damn it, dude. You got something really good. So what that does is that is giving price comparisons and also driving the market even better.
Right.
This gives something. This is almost like the stock exchange. This is almost like Wall Street for food.
I guess so.
Yeah, think about it real quick. You actually got something. You can steal that from me if you want.
we might just do that.
You just marketed it. Damn it, I didn't buy the domain real quick. You just stole it.
and also vendors can put their not yet, they can't put it directly in, but they can submit stuff to us and we'll do it for them. So if you're a producer of maybe honey and that's the only product you make, a lot of restaurants are going to buy their honey from U.S. Foods or Cisco or one of the big distributors because that's where they're getting everything else, and it's too hard to track the price and find an individual honey.
The variance is so drastic and so different. Hey, you hang out with me, AJ, because I want to talk about this when we come back. All right, Paul Rogers got traffic. We're going to check over with Paul real quick, and AJ is going to hang out and talk more about Chefsheet. Secret Asian Man is well known, right, right, AJ?
Infamous.
A lot of people don't know what he looks like, which they should because they won't go on a date with him.
I think you described him very well.
Yeah, thank you very much. He looks like the Cadbury egg threw up right now. You got more colors going on than the gay pride flag. Like literally, this is nuts.
I support gay marriage.
Dude, I know you do, and so do I. But are you colorblind?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're Chinese. You look yellow to me.
All right, here we go. All right, AJ, what's going on? Tell me Chef's Feed. Go back and more into it.
Well, what we were talking about before was that small vendors can connect with us and put their products in. And so somebody that's buying a product from a large vendor will see when they're interacting with that product in their chef sheet that they can get it from any number of smaller vendors.
You were talking about honey. So say, for instance, I bought honey from Cisco, or I bought honey from Buy Right. And I say this, I paid, I don't know, let's say $12.75 for a pint.
Right.
That goes on a social media grid.
Yes, as a byproduct of you counting it into your inventory. Okay. So you don't have to do anything. It's just you're going to use the free software to count your inventory, and that's going to populate the social media grid, and then you can share those prices and then see vendors may enter their prices as well.
Do you vocally share that, or is that just shared with everybody no matter what? So, for instance, if I'm on Chef Feed and you are, and I type it in, no matter what, it's going to go to everybody, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Which is actually really cool.
It's geographic.
It's stock trading. You're sharing with every single person out there. So how does Chef Feed help me? Chef's Feed. Chefsheet. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's tough to say.
I know.
Over and over again.
Did you spell that? Come on. Chefsheet. Now make this into numbers for me as a restaurateur and a businessman.
Well, you know, if you can control your cost of sales, you can save anywhere between 1 to maybe 5 points to the bottom line, which, you know, we were talking about the margin for restaurants. This can make the difference between profit and loss.
Well, do the margins on a $1 million restaurant that you take 10% from. That's $100,000. You do 5% of that, you have 50 grand.
Right.
You can save 50 grand off of a 5% margin that you can use from Chefsheet.
Absolutely, and controlling your costs and understanding your costs. A lot of chefs, a lot of restaurateurs will get their financials, see what their costs were, and make decisions about how to address that into the next month and the month after. But the month's already been lost. And if you're using a product like ours, if you're using Chefsheet, you can get predictive qualities, and you can see what your costs are going to be and what your choices and your recipes are going to do to shape your profit.
Right.
And you can take control of your business.
I think what happens to a lot of restaurants these days, especially people that are entrepreneurs, that are like Secret Asian Man. I love restaurants. I want to do a restaurant, but you literally don't know diddly squat. And I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes to operations, when it comes to taxes, when it comes to every single thing, when you charge $18 for a pot roast, if you're taking home 10%, $1.80 on 100 seats, do the math real quick.
And if you're making mistakes, then you're not making enough, and you try and charge your guests for it, they will revolt.
They will revolt.
You have to make sure that your profit margin is as efficient as it can be.
So where can we find Chefsheet, and how can we implement this not only in food, but in the business of food?
Well, www.chefsheet.com, and you sign up there, and you can download the mobile app, and it's all on the website, and it will take you through the process of signing up. It takes about, depending on what format if you have your inventory in Excel or something, it would take you maybe 45 minutes to get everything all set up, and you're good to go.
Well, chefs alike, people out there in the restaurant business, remember that numbers are your margins, you know, and there's not a lot of people I bring on the show that I will allow them to plug something in the chef world, even though this is a cooking show. But when I read this, when I met with them, I talked to them, this is something I'm implementing into my restaurant business, like my good friend here, AJ, that has Luna Park, and you know, margins are small. 10% margins are the highest margins that a lot of people take in every single day. If you're hitting 15, 18, 20%, you're doing well, but that's a very small margin of a margin that are doing that. So everything that you need to cut tight and make it better, you can do. So Chefsheet, what is it? Chefsheet.com?
www.chefsheet.com.
AJ, where can we find Luna Park at, by the way?
694 Valencia Street, near 18th.
Are you still doing those killer dinners?
Killer dinners. We just started a new lunch menu. The founding chef, Joe Jack, has come back and done a new menu for us, and everything's going great.
Well, congratulations to you. I look forward to actually hearing you guys prosper and taking over the culinary world, because a lot of people are great chefs that can't do math, that can't write and figure out the mathematical side of making a business run. It's great that you can make a really killer pasta, but you close a year later and people are like, whatever happened to that phenomenal place that I love? Guess what it comes down to, Secret Asian Man? What? Numbers.
Money.
It comes down to numbers.
Chinese people worship money.
Yes, apparently you do too. Where is the place that you do not want us to go to?
That's where you used to be. Kronenberger and Bruno's.